Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? Hope you're doing well. Market is green again today. We have a little 2-day bull flag on ES. I'll officially get started in 7 minutes. I jump on early to say hello to my friends, do an audio visual check, get my brain warmed up. Lord knows I need it. Hey, Shake and Bake, I appreciate you being here. Hey, Jody, Rachel, Tess, good morning. If y'all have any chart requests, put them in there and I will get to them before we get started officially. What a nice hammer candle on Friday on ES. NQ, nice hammer candle. RTY is not as healthy, but still could be a weekly bull flag. I am muted. Oh, okay, he retracted it. Okay, unfortunately you can hear me now, Shake. Unfortunately you can hear me. The Dow has a potential weekly bull flag. SMH is really leading here. We have NVDA earnings after hours today, and that's really the big headlines. Big headline. We have FOMC meeting minutes today. That is just a recap of the last meeting. There should be no substantial new information in there. However, it can shake the market a little bit, but nothing like the actual interest rate decision itself. It basically gives us a look behind closed doors to hawkish versus dovish leanings by the different members. SMH is set up well if NVDA earnings want to take off. Just remember, earnings are a binary event, and we have two big earnings windows. The first one is when Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Meta, they all hit, and then NVDA is much later reporting first quarter earnings. So just anticipate some volatility from NVDA earnings. AVPT. We have a daily stair step that broke bull here. It looks beautiful. Weekly higher low is more likely. This isn't a standard cup and handle because you've already gotten higher high on the right side, but that rounded bottom was super telling. You've definitely been barking up the right tree on this one, Hunter. Potential weekly bull flag. Daily lower high is the more likely scenario. This was more of a significant pullback than what bulls would have liked. Let's measure that. Yeah, anything below 1905 would be a 50% retrace, setting up for a potential equilibrium. Overall, just what a healthy chart and name. MSTR, happy Wednesday, Magda. Hey, Success. MSTR, we're looking for a weekly higher low. Monthly lower high is set with the daily downtrend. MSTR just doesn't look good. MSTR led Bitcoin, and now if Bitcoin were to get some consolidation, that could weigh on MSTR even more. MSTR is lagging Bitcoin now. It just doesn't look good. We are looking for a weekly higher low. Let's measure that. I mean, 356 keeps the consolidation healthy. Below 364, your next support is 354.53. Walmart. Walmart double weekly inside bars. It has a weekly squeeze. You're looking to short. Ugh. This looks like a potential 4-hour bull flag. We have an hourly equilibrium. I don't know, Shake. I like it long. But of course, anything can happen. If you want to top fish 97.80 and put your stop right above it, it's a decent risk to reward. But this 4-hour bull flag looks really yummy. All right. One more and then I'll get started. Fubo for Magda. Fubo weekly higher high, daily higher high. 4-hour, we're looking for a higher low on a pullback. Anything above 348 keeps the consolidation healthy. You're swinging puts on MSTR. I thought so. Yeah, it's been heavy. All right, let's get this show on the road. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community and we teach technical analysis. This is the pregame show for Wednesday, May 28th. Thank you for being here. If you want to give me a follow on X at Chart Gal Lori, that would be lovely. So we have our spring sale and that ends in 4 days. We only have 2 sales per year. We have one in the spring and we have one, it's almost summer. And then we have one on Black Friday where you get $200 off the annual membership and a free indicator, the new indicator Dan developed with our programmers, the volume surge indicator, which is really awesome. I highly recommend it. So if you are interested in the spring sale, Rav, he just posted it. I'm going to pin that message to the top of chat. So it's right here if you want to click on that link. Thank you for doing that, Rav, and good morning. So the pregame show, I share this market environment dossier table. This is a table I created to just as a way to more objectively communicate to you what I'm looking at, even though it is a subjective table in that it's somewhat arbitrary in that it's based on my trading experience and the what I look at. And if it's over 100 points, that's more bullish than bearish in either column. And today we're definitely more bullish. So we have a potential 4-hour bull flag on ES. We have a little bit of dollar strength that's going counter to the market a little bit. Typically it's inverse to the market. Bitcoin is below key EMAs at the moment, and Hang Seng and DAX were red overnight. Again, looking at the economic calendar, we have FOMC meeting minutes today. That's typically not something that rocks the market. There should be no big surprises in there. So just know that. The more important item of the day is NVDA earnings after hours. Let's go do my favorite thing and look at charts. ES, this is a potential 4-hour bull flag. So yesterday, we had this inverse head and shoulders that confirmed. We're over the 4-hour EMAs now. And on the daily, we set our higher low. And this is a potential weekly bull flag. The one thing standing in the way right now for bulls is NVDA earnings. NVDA earnings, if they miss, if they guide down, it could be heavy on the market. NVDA is a large component of SPY and QQQ. However, technically right now we are looking good on ES and Q potential weekly bull flag. Daily looks good. We bounced from the daily 200 MA. Key resistance 21,562. Potential for, actually it's not a potential, it confirmed 4-hour bull flag. So ES got over this resistance, and that 4-hour bull flag confirmed, just not as convincing as NQ. NQ is just a little bit stronger this morning. RTY did not confirm the potential 4-hour bull flag. You have support at 2082. And just remember that the Russell is still below this daily 200 MA. So ES is right above it, NQ above it, RTY below. RTY is weaker, and Dow rejected at the daily 200 MA last week. So daily lower high is possible on the Dow. 4-hour potential bull flag. SMH has been the story. Weekly double inside bars, which we have NVDA earnings that can break this out in either direction. Right now, it looks like a potential weekly bull flag. If SMH is leading the market, I don't like to short the market. And right now, we have a small gap up on SMH by about 17 cents at the moment. So a small gap up, gap rules apply. What are gap rules? If a name is gapping up and it holds the prior day high as support, that is a long signal. So as long as bulls can defend 24569, that is bullish. If bears were able to re-enter yesterday's market, that shows some bull exhaustion and a potential short opportunity. VIX is below the hourly 12 EMA there. And this is a potential 4-hour bear flag. So on the indices, we have 4-hour bull flag formations, and on VIX, we have 4-hour bear flag formations, which is good for the overall market. We want to see bears break 1895 on VIX to get another leg down to help the market out. Hang Seng and DAX were red overnight. Hey, Ahmad, I'll get to RGTI when I'm done with the regular names that I go over. And I should just go back to VIX. I post a lot about VIX in our chat. I'm constantly watching support and resistance for potential reversal areas in the market. It really helps my trading. Bitcoin just went green. That is a nice 30-minute squeeze. Look at that high compression squeeze on Bitcoin. Squeezes are not a directional indicator. It just indicates that we have volatility likely incoming. We have pressure building. So we have pressure building on Bitcoin. We're inside yesterday's range. 4-hour is holding 50 RSI, and I like to use that as a clue as to possible direction of the squeeze. And right now, that is leaning more bullish. Ethereum just got an hourly higher high, 4-hour higher low set. I had an entry this weekend on crypto. I really liked the way that Ethereum was setting up. I think it was a 12-hour. Yeah, look at this 12-hour squeeze on Ethereum. And let me remind you of the last squeeze that we had, the setup on Ethereum here. And it's not as compressed right now, but we do have pressure building on Ethereum. So I'm in the money on that entry now. And I like Ethereum and I like the setup more so than Bitcoin right now. So the dollar, this is a potential 4-hour bull flag. The dollar's seeing some strength this morning. On the daily, we're still looking for a lower high. Gold, we got a 4-hour trend change to the bulls. We're holding the daily 12 EMA. That's not a convincing trend change. Bulls want to see more follow through here, and it would help if the dollar would weaken. It would help gold's mission to move up. Oil inventory will likely, I didn't confirm, but it's, well, let's just do that. API estimates are after hours today at 4:30, and we have inventory moved from Wednesday to Thursday, so tomorrow at noon because of the holiday. So we have a daily double bottom on oil. 4-hour trend change to the bulls. Oil's looking a little bit better. Nat gas had a big spike up last night, but with a big upper wick of profit taking this morning. 4-hour trend change to the bulls. We got a double top at 3859, 3832. All right, looking at Apple. Apple, we're looking for a daily lower high. Apple is not set up as well as the market. Overall, in the daily structure, we are gapping up right now. 274 is your key support, which was yesterday's high. Bulls want to hold that for a potential gap and continuation. Amazon is underneath yesterday's high. Does have a 4-hour squeeze. We got a daily higher high yesterday on Amazon. This looks good. It doesn't look great, but this looks good. A potential 4-hour bull flag. NVIDIA earnings. After hours, we have a gap up. Resistance 137.40 from after, 137.40. NVDA looks great from a technical perspective, but with earnings, it is a coin flip. We have potential 2-day bull flag that confirms over 137.40. We have this 4-hour squeeze, and I like to call this pattern the trampoline pattern, where you get lower lows. That wasn't a great drawing. Where you get lower lows without follow through and bulls start turning it. This is one of my favorite patterns. NVDA looks great. We do have earnings after hours, so that is a coin flip. Tesla's gapping up. Tesla is really enjoying that headline from the weekend that Musk is focusing on X and Tesla. $367.34 is key resistance. Looks like we'll be testing that close to open. Let's see, 367. Okay, so I just set an alert. I want to know if we get close to that. That would be a top fish area for bears, 367.34. And bulls are looking for a pullback for a 4-hour higher low. I like CRWV for our Queen of the Mountain trades, the trades that I like, the setups. And for CRWV, it's just a simple back burner setup, looking for 5-minute oversold during regular trading hours. So I like to set an alert for that. Tell me when 5-minute gets oversold. And in this case, tell me when 15-minute gets oversold. So CRWV on back burner watch. Disney has double weekly inside bars. This looks like a potential weekly bull flag. And this is that pattern I was just talking about on NVIDIA, where you get those lower lows without follow through, which is indicative of a bull flag on a higher time frame. I like this setup on Disney for a long. This looks like a potential 4-hour bull flag. Now we're red in pre-market, so we'll see if this can develop. Overall, I like that pattern. Now, are y'all noticing a pattern for me? We have the trampoline pattern on now. Potential weekly bull flag. Very similar to Disney and, what was the other one? NVDA. I like now to the long side. And now has a 4-hour squeeze, potential 4-hour bull flag. PLTR has a 4-hour squeeze, potential weekly bull flag. least I was consistent this morning, huh? If anything. It has a trampoline pattern. PLTR looks good for bulls for another leg up. $122.29 is your support from pre-market on PLTR. RR is a name I've been talking about, and we had a nice volume yesterday. Look at that volume on the daily. We got a big bull break on the weekly. It has a weekly squeeze. RR, I like pull back long. Let's see. Anything above 264 keeps the consolidation healthy. This isn't your standard back burner play, but you could look at this one for a back burner. It had a almost 30% move yesterday. I like RR. And WLDS, this is the wild card. This is a terrible looking chart on higher time frames. It's just been getting the snot beat out of it. But if we go look at the short float on WLDS, oh, it's 15% now. It's updated. It was 100%. Okay, so the short's covered on this one. Never mind, it's not as juicy. I'm glad I looked. It does have a 4-hour squeeze. Yeah, this one's out now. That short float is why I was watching it. ASTS is an honorable mention. ASTS, we're looking for a weekly higher low. On the daily, we're rejecting at the daily 200 MA. We do have a daily squeeze. And I like this 4-hour squeeze on ASTS. So it hasn't been running as hard as some of the other names, but it's an honorable mention. RGTI. I'm going through chart requests now. RGTI. We got over this 1515 resistance yesterday. We're looking for a daily higher low. This name is weak in pre-market. Our quantum names are weak. 1375 is your support from yesterday. Let's look at the fibs. Don't know why the fib has to be toggled. Anything above 1357 keeps the consolidation healthy on RGTI. Any pullback on Netflix would I look to go long? Netflix is beautiful. We're getting a new all-time high right now in pre-market. This looks like a potential 4-hour bull flag that's confirming. We're looking for a 4-hour higher low. Pullbacks are for buying until bears prove otherwise. Let me just type this out. With blue sky breakouts, pullbacks are for buying until bears prove otherwise. Just a nice rule of thumb. Because bears haven't been able to prove anything on Netflix. This has just been a beautiful move up. Okay, BBAI. That had a nice move yesterday. Gapping up. Gap rules apply as long as bulls maintain 455. It is a long signal. Plenty of room for 4-hour higher low. With the size of yesterday's move, you have a lot of room for hourly higher lows on a lot of names. BBAI has support from intraday yesterday, 432. It looks good. Ugh. Bull. Had a nice outside bar yesterday. 4-hour resistance 14.19. You got a gap up. Gap rules apply. As long as you hold 13.24 as support, that is a long signal. Just be careful with that resistance 14.19. A 4-hour lower high is possible compared to 14.19. Anything can happen with a name like this, but typically you're looking for a 4-hour equilibrium when you have such a sharp pullback. Thanks, Austin. I'm glad it's helpful. Hood was another name that I'm watching. Hood just looks so good. We rejected last week. We barely got over the all-time high. We're looking for a weekly high or low. 4-hour, this looks like a bull flag, and we have a little 4-hour squeeze here. Hood is one of the better looking names. IONQ had the big move on Thursday. It's consolidating sideways. It's pulling back a little more than what bulls would like. 43.60 support. Again, quantum names are weak this morning. Pony, this looks like a little hourly cup and handle. You have enough room for a higher low compared to yesterday's low. And that's about it. I'm going to wrap it up and go get ready for the live stream for our members and take them through the market open. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button and don't forget to check out our spring sale. Our spring sale, $200 off an annual membership, and you get a free indicator that ends in 4 days. Check out the link. It's pinned in chat. Give me a follow on X at CharkGalLori, and most importantly, use stop losses.